I love when the good news coming in on a day-to-day. Already know what's happening, I don't gotta shake the A. Big moves, big stepper in the right direction. The trip continues, every W's a psychedelic. Journey over accolades, divvy up the accolades and tell them boys to have a day. Give and take, and I love to give. Give and take, and I love to see the bros hitting milestones. Gon' get your shine on, brighter than an iPhone. Screen anybody tryna take a piece of pie home. Try a song, shape a sticker, drop them like a pine cone. Conversations about the goals and the gold that I'm sitting on. All I hear is low ballin' digits if I listen to them. No need to counter if it's disrespect. Swam with sharks on how to bite my way out fishing nets.
Welcome in, family. How y'all doing on this Monday night? I'm sure most of y'all saw the topic of conversation. Many of y'all have heard already. And what's up, family? What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? I hope everybody is having a great Monday. At first, wasn't really thinking about coming on today. Had no plans to initially, but I was like, I don't know. I try to listen to my inner self. And family, I want to have this conversation. I'm glad all of y'all here to have this conversation with me. Because I know what I think as of yet. And I want to know and hear what y'all think. I see we got Miss Tamika Davis up in here. Welcome, Miss Tamika. How you doing? Unbiased LLC. Mama, my Renaissance grandma, how you doing, young lady? You better get in here and enjoy yourself. Miss Cheryl Faulkner, how you doing? Say hey, Jay and April. You shut up. Let me get you off. Turn you off. JC family, what's good, family? How y'all doing? Say what, say what? How y'all doing, family? And who I think I'm caught up with everybody. Yeah, if y'all ain't shared this out, go and share this out, because we're gonna have a conversation tonight, family. I gotta say, when it comes to everything that's been going on, when it comes to this young lady, Miss Carlee Russel, that's the topic of conversation. The speculation has started already. The what ifs, the this ain't adding up and that ain't adding up has started already. I'm gonna start here just so y'all have a basis, a ground point of where my position is and how I stand now. We in Africa. I got no way to prove whether I can't prove validity, and I can't prove invalidity. Right? I can't do either. I know what I see up to this point, and for me personally, first off, I'm glad that any human who has ever been abducted and been able to make their way back home safe and sound with all of their body parts, whatever trauma they may have endured or experienced, I'm glad they made their head back to the house. That's one. That's just me. Time will tell. Truth will come out. But the bigger point for me is I'm seeing so many people, primarily content creators, and primarily content creators who look like me, really, and maybe they privy to more information than I have. But as far as I know, we on the same damn internet getting the same information. I ain't heard nobody as of yet say, well, I got this information from the I was over at the mayor house, or I went to Sonic with the chief of police and he told me all the inside shit. Ain't nobody said that. It's all speculation and hearsay. And even with me saying that, I'm not saying that we know everything. I'm saying it could go either way, and I'm open to it. But as it currently stands, I choose to believe that a woman who was abducted made it home safe, family. And something else that perplexed me. I'm sorry, y'all. I know I'm just kind of jumping into it. Usually I speak for a while and chop it up. I just wanted to get straight into this conversation because what is it lacking in people, in humanity these days, where that whole, well, what if it was me? Or what if it was my family? Before you just jump out willy-nilly, you know what I'm saying, raw dogging circumstances and just, come with all of these assumptions and this and that, really not privy to more information to knowing no more than nobody else, baby. I got women in my life that I love, my wife being one of them. If something happened to her, the last thing I would want, first off, nothing would overshadow the joy of her being back in my life, in my presence, in my arms. But it would also simultaneously hurt. What's up, Cynthia living with MS? How you doing, family? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. It would also simultaneously hurt and really bother me to know it's folk out there in the world who's saying I'm lying, did it for clout, did it for what, this, that, and the third, for all of these different reasons, man, without knowing the full story. I don't know the full story, and I can admit that. But as it stands currently, damn, everybody's a detective. Everybody got it all figured out. What's up, Tori? Tori Brain, welcome in, bro. I just, y'all family, that kind of, it just don't sit right with me. And some of the I'm not even gonna say callousness, just the energy behind some of the people who look. I get it, and I want to ask y'all a question. I'm probably gonna drop the link in a little bit. Y'all see, we just jumped into the conversation tonight. It wasn't a whole bunch of delay, because I really do want to know. And everybody ain't gotta agree with me. Y'all may know something that I don't know. Hell, y'all in the States, y'all might see some stuff or hear some stuff or be right in that area and heard some conversations or something on the news, because I ain't had all the time in the world to just focus on this story. But I don't be playing games. If I wish you well, damn it, I wish you well. If I'm praying for you, I'm praying for you. If I don't like you, I ain't gonna do neither. So to see some of the people who seem to just jump on the bandwagon, oh, this sister gone, she's this woman, we got to pray for her, send a prayer. Then she show back up, and it's like, where the hell you come from? That's the sentiment I get. Why you ain't still missing? So we can still talk about you being missing. This don't add up. That don't add up. Some of it might not. I don't know. But for just a little while, can we bask in the fact that, what's up, Miss Native Cherokee? How you doing? Miss Native Cherokee 70. Thank you for being here. And for all the arguments that have been made, and rightfully so, all the comparisons that exist, videos that's still out there, articles been written, this and that and the third. Oh, when little Susie or Karen go missing, they don't care about us. I ain't said nobody was lying on that. But for the first time in my adult memory and recent memory, a black woman has gone missing. Has, however, under what means and circumstances, made her way home safe. And here come the naysayers. And that's their right to do it. First, let me make this real clear. I ain't knocking nobody. But this go round, Good Morning, I ain't even gonna get into all the different news agencies, but I'm saying it went viral both on social media and it gained national recognition, and in some cases, world recognition, global recognition. Is everything on the up and up? I don't know. I don't know. But I do know I'm happy that she's back with her family. I do know that maybe some people found some strength in the prayers that they uttered or whispered or said silently. They feel like they may have been answered through whatever deity they may have prayed to. It's real disheartening, especially being a content creator myself. It's real disheartening to see what some folk will and won't do for a couple of clicks. I don't know the ins and outs. I'm gonna say this the whole lot. I don't know the truth of it all. I don't know the lies of it all. I don't know any of that. But what I do know, if that I was in that situation and it was my wife or my sister or my auntie or somebody who R.I.P. mama. Mama already in a better place. But any woman in my life was missing. I know I wouldn't want this shit right here. That's just me. That's just my honest, humble opinion. Let me look at some of these comments before we get too deep into the conversation. Let's see here. Miss Native Cherokee said, yeah, where she been and why no one else could see or hear a toddler she was talking to. I don't know, Miss Native Cherokee. That's a valid question. That is a valid question. I don't know, but I wasn't there. Um, Unbiased said they gloating on her missing, but not glorifying her presence. They didn't care in the first place. They was chasing clout off her story. Period. Now I gotta go with that's what a whole lot of that seemed like to me. That's what a whole lot of that seemed like to me. And I don't know. According to not only news but to other sources, including law enforcement, she showed up. Over the phone call. And now I have to say this is speculation. I don't know. I wasn't there. But we're gonna cover some hypotheticals tonight since everybody else throwing out shit and throwing out questions, and which is fair. That's cool. But here's my question: whether a child let's say it was a child there, right? This hypothetical child, because that's what Miss Native Cherokee the question she posed is a valid question. Have any of y'all ever seen a kid that you know can't keep their mouth closed? But when you, for the first time, especially when you first meet them, they hit you with this right here. All of a sudden, the little kid that can't be still. That's the kind of stuff that was going through through my mind when she said she was on the phone with her sister-in-law. Her sister-in-law heard what she heard her and heard the highway traffic, but never heard a child say anything. How many times have you approached if it was in fact a toddler, and they been unresponsive? I don't know this to be true, but since we just talking about all of it, let's talk about all of it. Let's explore all the options. Miss Grace Gines, how you doing? Uh, Lynn's Life Lessons. How you doing, Miss Lynn? Welcome in. You better get in here and enjoy yourself. I hope I ain't miss nobody else. As I said before, and I'm gonna continue to say, as long as we actually having this live, I don't know the truth of what all transpired with this young lady. But what I do know is it does happen. People go missing all throughout the day, every day, all throughout the world. If these are illegitimate claims, I'm sure they'll be addressed by the property authorities, the communities around, everybody that volunteered and all of that stuff. I'm assuming so. Growing out the box. What's up, family? How you doing? Welcome in here. You better get in here and enjoy yourself, bro. I don't know. I'm interested to hearing what y'all got to say because, again, I'm always open and willing to learn. So y'all might teach me something about this situation that I don't know about. We're gonna roll a couple clips here in a minute. But before we do that, I am asking y'all, not only is this, as always, a circumstance where you can drop your hashtag BCIAC into the chat so people can connect with you. You can also share this live out if you want to. We ain't gonna hold it against you. But in the meantime, we might have to run this once or twice, but we're gonna go ahead and get into it. For everybody who don't know, there was a young lady several days back who went missing. As the story is goes, she saw a toddler on side of the road, according to her. Well, not according to witness statements that from the people she reached out to before her abduction, alleged abduction, whatever you want to call it. I'm here for all of it. Police arrived a few minutes later, 3 to 4 minutes later. Her car was there. Apparently her hairpiece, her wig, her whatever, her belongings was still with the vehicle. There was no child. There was no her. I don't know what happened because I wasn't there. But I do know that people really do go missing. Vision preparedness. What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Welcome in. Patty Fish, how you doing? Appreciate that. Thank you, family. Miss Native Cherokee, I'm gonna get to your comment. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and get to Miss Native Cherokee right now. When first hear a child involved, my first thought was bait, child kidnapped lady, but now no clue. She see a ghost child, or possibly she was having a mental break. Just thoughts. I don't know. I've seen the footage that is alleged to be her vehicle pulling off to the side of the highway, and it's not for sure if that's her car or not, from what I gather. Now, when it comes to these, is it possible? Yes, but that's CCTV footage. CCTV footage, not only for people who know what they're doing, can be hacked. It can also be FOIA requested. I know that you have to give a response for a FOIA within X amount of time. Now, has that request been met with no other delays and somebody acquired that footage and uploaded it? I don't know, because I didn't hear that request was from law enforcement sources. So that car that we see him pulling over to the right shoulder, coasting for X amount of meters, I don't know if that's her car. It could be. I don't know. We just having a conversation. My bigger conversation is how quick society will turn on your ass. Now, if you ain't in the right spot, right place, you done did wrong, everything come with a price. But I've always been amazed in my adult life how quick you can go from victim to villain, from hero to villain, from somewhere in between to villain. But nobody knows yet. And regardless of what it may look like to myself or some, it's some things in my life where I'm like, okay, the math ain't mathing, or it ain't adding up, or it don't look right. But until credible, involved sources say that this is is something shady going on. I just don't know enough about it, which makes me a little disheartened in this situation, especially with all the crazy shit that's happening in the world, in the US and all over the world. But with all the people who talking about child abduction, uh kidnapping, both men and women, it's just like, damn, that was quick. Now everybody is entitled to their opinions. Don't hurt the harvest. What's up, family? Shanny 2003, how you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. You know what? I'm gonna get into this, and then we're gonna talk about it on the other side, family. Let's get this real quick.
Who went missing following phone calls to say she was stopping along a highway to help a toddler she'd spotted. Police say Carlee Russel is back home this morning, and ABC's Morgan Norwood has more on what we know right now. Morgan, this case was unbelievable. So many people wondering what happened to her.
Yeah, good morning. Lots of questions, right? And you can imagine the shock, even relief from her family this morning. Police say Carlee Russel returned home overnight and was taken to the hospital for evaluation. And though she is safe, the mystery surrounding her disappearance, it deepens as police work to determine where she was for those 2 days and what happened.
This morning, after a frantic 48-hour search, police now say 25-year-old Carlee Russel has been found. The Hoover Police Department says Carlee had been taken to a local hospital overnight for evaluation. According to reports, Russel showed up at her family's front door. This news coming on the heels of an exhaustive statewide search that rocked this community. Detectives in Hoover, Alabama, fanning out across the city. Flyers on nearly every corner as her parents, Talitha and Carlos Russell, pleaded for the safe return of their daughter, missing since Thursday night. We were able to sit down with Carlee's parents before she was found, where they told us about their grueling search for their missing daughter.
It's a struggle, as sometimes you're numb, as sometimes the tears just flow. We probably have had 2 hours of sleep in the past 2 days.
Carlee's parents say they last spoke with her around 9:20 Thursday night when she called to let them know she was headed home from work. Well, 10 minutes later, Hoover police say she called 911 around 9:30 to report seeing a toddler walking alone on the side of Interstate 459. Soon after, Carlee makes another phone call, this time to her brother's girlfriend, who told Carlee's mother she overheard Carlee trying to help the child.
She was asking the child if they were okay from what my son's girlfriend could hear on the phone. She never heard a child say anything, and she heard my daughter scream, or what sounded like a scream.
Carlee's parents say they were able to track her location, but it pinged to a street behind I-459. When police went to the spot along the highway where Carlee called 911, they say they found Carlee's car with the door open, her keys, cell phone, hat, and wig all nearby, but no signs of Carlee or the toddler. As part of their investigation, police say they're now looking into this video from the traffic cam archive, appearing to show the moment a car pulls over on the side of the road.
Based on that phone call, based on our daughter's character, we believe that someone has taken her.
That she was kidnapped.
Yes.
Over the weekend, the community throwing their support behind the Russell family, from prayer vigils to search parties, even celebrities rallying for Carlee's safe return.
Words can't really describe how it feels to know that the community really has our back.
And millions this morning continue to rally behind the family, joining them in that relief that Carlee has been found. This morning, though, it is unclear how Carlee returned home, but police do say that she was alone.
With great news.
Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, everybody who came in while the clip was running. Happy Mac, the winning walk with Christina, TX Lala. Somebody else came in here. Miss Cheryl Faulkner still in here with us. Mr. Mika Davis. Yes. Hey, Shanna, Pescatarian Gardener. You know, I'm gonna go to two comments that I got. I can't not agree with. Let me take this down. Miss Grace Gahn said it's weird, need to know more. That's how I feel across the board. It is weird, but so also abducting another human being is weird. robbing somebody of their of their autonomy, that would be, you know, double talking. But yeah, because autonomy, that's literally what that means. But depriving somebody of that is weird too. And I didn't read all of it. I'm gonna put it up here. We're gonna read it together. But I saw where Lala was going with this, and I think it's regardless of the outcome of this situation, whether it's completely legitimate or whether it's some shady stuff going on, I don't know. I'm gonna say to the end, I'm happy that this sister's back home, that this woman is back home with her family, because I don't know. And this is something that I would rather be slow to judge than quick to judge, because I think I can put the pieces together on a circumstance like this. Some stuff, yeah, I can, I do. Whether I voice it publicly or not, I'll sit on it. I just sit back, fold my arms, scratch my chin, and watch, cause time will tell. But let's see what Lala said. Some people like drama and trauma, so happy endings. So far, a survival isn't sensational enough. They can't be happy because they don't like the happiness. Misery, suffering is more entertaining. I could not agree with you more. And some of the people that I've seen in online spaces, primarily content creators, there's almost an undertone of disappointment in the fact that this whole circumstance went the way it went. And then that disappointment is the catalyst to set in motion a deeper investigatory sentiment to find out exactly why she here. Why she here? Why we ain't still hashtag? Why ain't the world still looking for her? I don't know which true and what's not, but I know it's I'm looking at this from a macro level, and from a it's a lot. Let's see what Miss Native Cherokee said. In my experience, I seen too much go down with mental health issues. My niece was missing for 5 days and claimed she was kidnapped, raped, and some other things, but physical exams did not show proof. That is also a very true possibility, Miss Native Cherokee. And that's why I'm having this conversation the way I'm having it, because I'm not going to get up here on this here internet. I will not sit on Octavia Butler's internet and act like I know, like I got it all figured out. Because, yeah, it could be argued that there are some, I'm not even going to say inconsistencies, but because for me, to say that there's a certain level of inconsistencies, I would have to have a certain amount of credible evidence in which to base that assertion off of, which I'm currently lacking. But you're not wrong. And that's why these conversations are important. I wouldn't even be having this conversation where this young lady, not back in the presence of her family and friends, had been to the hospital and did all of this, because I don't know. But what I do know is that shit like this scared me a little bit, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. We over here in Africa. Hell, I could be in Texas. If something did happen to me or my wife, and before all the smoke clear, such a vast majority of the population or online communities or speculative sources here or there, in the midst of their deliberation, I might have just went through the worst shit I've never been through in my life. And just being because I already know, but to be reminded, and especially as a content creator, it's like, damn, where your chill at? Where is your chill? Where is your wait and see? But 'tis life. 'Tis life. I've heard everything from, hey, G Mama Groves, how you doing? If I didn't speak already, let's see. Miss Native Cherokee said, We may never know what this young lady went through. Maybe she don't remember what happened. I don't know, but I do understand trauma. I do understand trauma. And again, y'all, this whole this conversation is not an argument for legitimacy, one way or the other. My biggest takeaway and observation, now that this young lady is back in safe conditions, the reevaluation and the reobservation of humanity in and of itself, and how we regard and treat one another at a whim, as being absolutely either knowledgeable or fully encompassing another person's circumstances without being a part of it. Everybody's entitled to think how they feel. Hell, I'm sitting up here saying how I feel, so everybody else is privy to the same thing. I'm always amazed at how quick the masses will in one moment allegedly long for your well-being and safety, and then but a few hours, maybe even a few moments later, argue that everything about what you just went through is real sus. And again, I don't know because I wasn't there. Should questions be asked? Absolutely. It's just the timing and the transition that always amazed me. Let's see. Happy Mac. Let me see what Happy Mac said. Happy Mac. Happy Mac said, yes, I'm grateful she has returned. Her parents were so traumatized. You can tell. I'm sad that we can't take folks at their word anymore because of drama makers. Absolutely, Happy Mac. And I'm gonna say this: there's a certain actor who had a situation a few years back, and immediately and look, this is part. Matter of fact, let me go and drop this link before I even run this next point. And I'm glad Happy Mac said what they said, because the truth of the matter is, family, there have been people and circumstances in this world where folks with platforms, notoriety, have used and alleged things being placed upon them that were not true. And I think that is embedded in the psyche of humanity, especially in America. And if this is in fact legitimate, it's a damn shame that this woman and her family can't just get through this with all the love and help and support that I feel they entitled to because of what some actor may have done a couple of years ago. But Happy Mac, spot on. You 100% right. And I gotta be fair about everything I'm saying too, because I'm something else about me. I'm a question everything type guy. And that's what a lot of people are doing. They just saying, hey, hold on a minute. Hold on. So that's fair. But my God, yeah, we gonna get to that part in a little bit. Susie Cat said, welcome in, by the way, Susie Cat. Thank you for being here. Says sex/human trafficking is real, especially in Texas. I believe it is too soon for the public to form an opinion because we don't have enough of the facts. The police know. And Susie Katz, thank you for saying that. That's something that kind of sits with me on the real. Because I'm sitting up here watching folks make real rock solid hard arguments like you the chief of police or like you the head detective on the circumstance. And I'm thinking, damn, now I know all I got is what maybe I ain't even got no Facebook. So the Instagram machine, the YouTube machine, and I like to read and I'll check out articles here and there, but damn, what you know that I don't know? I'm always willing to learn, and I'm always willing to be taught something I didn't know. But this big rush to judgment as though you got some. Matter of fact, before I even get into that, I'm gonna stick with what Susie cats, because I got some stuff to say about H-Town. Yeah, I live in Africa. We talk about Africa, life over here, what's going on over here, but I talk about where I'm from too. Speaking of H-Town, let's get into this, and I'm gonna tell you why. The link is in the chat, by the way. Cause there's been folk who done said, how she get back home? How she, so your kidnap, and I mean, and to me, that may not be the way it was intended, but to me, in a real condescending way, they just dropped you off. They just dropped you off right in your neighborhood. So you go, like some real fly shit. And then, and I'm gonna keep it a buck. A whole bunch of it coming from folk who look like me, and primarily black women, which make me pay attention, because it's like, maybe these sisters, hey, you know what it feels like to feel more vulnerable than I probably feel as a man. So I'm gonna pay attention to it, and I'm gonna hear you out. And then for me, that math ain't mathing. But that's a whole nother conversation. Oh, did I skip? You know what? I think I got it. Growing What I Eat has said something too, I think. Yeah. Before I get to that, let me. Growing What I Eat. Growing. My bad, brother. I'm sorry. I'm getting old, man. Growing Out the Box said absolutely too early for anyone to draw conclusions. So what is so hard to believe? You hit that on the head. No one seems to be satisfied because she is back home. That's the sad part. So that's Lala and Growing Out the Box. Like I couldn't agree more. At this early stage, this woman probably ain't really been back at the crib a good 48, 72 hours yet. And folks ready to write short stories and novels over the conspiratorial elements of what they perceive. And it's like, damn. It's y'all, that is the ugly side of the consequences of our human existence. That's how it oftentimes goes. But for all the people who ask questions about, well, how she get away, or they just let her go, or they just did this, or they just did that, or how you know this one, hypothetically, because I don't know either, but how you know this woman wasn't plotting, scheming, going along with stuff, playing the part, doing everything she had to do to get her ass out of harm's way? That may not be the case, but like Susie just said, sex and human trafficking is a very real thing, people. And I done heard a whole lot of the coulda, shoulda, wouldas, and the this and the that. Baby, you don't know if you would have caught that 40-yard pass unless your ass was either the tight end or the wide receiver. It looked easy sitting from the couch. You got in your mind, you gonna know exactly what you gonna do if somebody come up behind you and grab your ass around the neck from the couch. I'm gonna get into this video. This next little piece of content, and then we got a little audio. We're gonna talk about it on the other side, man. Let's get it.
Around 3:30 Monday morning, some in a Cypress subdivision.
By the way, Houston, Texas.
Her door.
She was very scared.
She rang his doorbell several times, keeping her back turned away from the door before eventually running off barefoot.
I don't know who that is, and it's very dangerous to open a door to somebody you don't know at 3:30 in the morning.
She had just escaped this home at the corner of Thorn Cypress and Twisted Canyon Drive, according to Harris County Sheriff's Office investigators. According to court documents, she ran into her old friend, 34-year-old Logan Cox, at a bar and agreed to hang out as friends. He eventually drove her to his house, where he hit her several times and ripped off her clothes before allegedly raping her. He eventually let her go, and she ran to nearby homes to find help. A neighbor called 911 to report a suspicious person.
My wife asked her, if what she wanted, over the speaker of the ring, and she didn't answer.
Deputies responded and got her story when she also alleged the man sexually assaulted her. They went back to get his story, but he refused to come out, kicking off an hours-long standoff with the SWAT team. He finally surrendered, captured, being taken into custody.
The suspect was put in touch with a negotiator, at which time he went ahead, came out.
Detectives removed several bags of evidence from the home Monday afternoon. Neighbors still stunned to see all the police activity.
I just didn't imagine that this would happen in this neighborhood, It's just scary.
To say.
Now, with that being said, for all the people that I've seen, primarily content creators, I'm not disavowing speculation. Anybody is entitled to have whatever query they feel privy to, whatever they want to make. If something don't add up to you, if the math ain't mathing and it don't fit, fine, I get it. Inquire upon, pose questions. But some of the snarkiness and some of the condescension and some of the insensitivity regarding this result, this situation, some of it I couldn't do nothing but shake my head, especially coming from other women, which makes me wonder, is this something that y'all seeing that I'm not seeing? I talked to my wife about it. We pretty much on the same accord. But I don't understand when it's in real life. When was the last time some of y'all took y'all ass in Walmart? Everybody don't use bathroom in Walmart. My wife don't. I'm a fella. Don't bother me. I can stand up. I ain't got to hover or nothing. Y'all see all them doggone cheering and babies and mamas and folk up in the Walmarts and stuff, missing persons, and they not all women. It's dudes, it's fellas, big old fellas, just like me. Big guys come up missing. I think Vision Preparedness put it in here a while ago, said, better keep your head on swivel. Pay attention to your surroundings and who you around and who in your surroundings. But folk are already creating and making content like they got it figured out. I come on here with a humble heart and an open mind saying, I don't know. And I hope this ain't no mess. But like Happy Mac said earlier, a whole bunch of other people done left, well, some more specific than others. Everything got to be sus. Everybody got to, even when somebody really living and going through a real life trauma, because so many people do so many things for clout, man. For a couple of clicks and maybe a couple of dollars. The dollars ain't even guaranteed. It's just a damn name recognition and notoriety. Now, before I get into some of the other comments for that last clip that we played, allegedly, that woman broke away. She got away from him and the house and just started going from house to house, ringing the doorbell with her back turned to the camera. You know who would do that? Somebody who making sure ain't nobody tipping up on their ass. That's who would ring a doorbell and turn around and look in all directions, all panic-like. And hell, even that can be a setup these days because folk pulling kick doors and home invasion. I done ran out of gas. I need to use the phone. Y'all, look at the world we living in, man. It's real out here. Let me get some of these comments. Well, I forgot to bring myself back up. Here I am. Let's see. TX Lala said, it is sad the response from some black women is so harsh, and then they wonder why we rarely make headlines. Sometimes we be our own worst enemy. And I gotta keep it a buck with you, Lala. Truth be told, it was like a bittersweet moment because first off, I don't want to see any woman, any human, I don't want to see anybody ever be abducted, deprived of their autonomy, their loved ones, their environment, or taken in any kind of way, right? But to see this making the national waves the way it was making because it has such a big presence online, I was like, well, damn, that's good. That's good. That's good. And now this woman, then she back home. And again, I'm admitting I don't know. I wasn't there. So I'm not reaching a definite conclusion one way or another. But I'm observing the surrounding psychological and societal aspects that I'm bearing witness to. And that's the part that bothered me the most. It's wild. Who else? Roro Latrice, how you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Roro had a comment. Said, I'm thankful she's home. I agree. We're going out the box. Can't jump to conclusions. And we don't want to become so desensitized that we don't take these issues seriously anymore. And that, I'm so glad you said that. You beat me to something that I was going to get to later, Roro. If y'all don't want to believe it, maybe everybody hasn't been into this to the extent that I have, but I will say this. I personally don't need to see no more than what I done seen for this right here to legitimize and reassure for me that this is what a desensitized world look like. That ain't the only thing the world done got desensitized on. It ain't the only thing. But this is one. Miss Native Cherokee said, I'm going to wait and see what their local law enforcement has to say later. Me too. I mean, for me, Miss Native Cherokee, in real talk, that's all I can do because the truth, you know what I'm saying, everything gonna come out in the wash. You can have stuff in your pockets. You can have stuff in your cargo pockets you forgot you got. But if you wash them clothes real good, yeah, you wash them clothes real good, all that dirt and all that soot and them quarters for folk who still carry quarters. And them nickels and them dimes and that toothpick, whatever else, it's all gonna come out in the wash. So that's what I'm waiting for too. The winning walk with Christina said, I live 30 minutes from the hub of our trafficking in North Texas. Watch a few attempted to take our dog. God, my goodness. It's damn near hard to read this. Watched a few attempt to take our daughter and her friends from the hub, contacted authorities, so trafficking is absolutely real. Y'all, it's real out here. It's rough. The link is in the chat for anybody who want to come up, because I know how I feel. I done said most of it. Hey, Official J. Mia, how you doing, family? I want to hear what y'all thinking, what y'all got to say. It ain't gonna be a long live. We went on and just jumped into it tonight, family, so we could get it out there. I don't know this young lady from Eve. I ain't never met her. Don't know her personally, but I know that these things really do happen. These things really do happen on a daily basis. Miss Grace Gons, thank you for being here. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. Take care. What Miss Lynn say? Miss Lynn's life lesson said we live in a real world. People must be aware of everything, especially your surroundings. Trafficking is real. Absolutely. My wife and I had those conversations. We've had them. We've lived in a lot of different places, and that's something I'm adamant about. Our communication is really solid. And it goes both ways. It's not just from a female victimization standpoint. Me too. I don't care how big I am. I don't care how old I am. I let my wife know where I am. I let my wife know we on another damn continent, man. Hell, it depends on where we go. We'll let our friend, not only our friends here, but we'll call folk back home and tell them, shit, hey, we going to Kenya for a couple of days. Hey, we going to such and such part of Tanzania. Hey, we going to Dar es Salaam. Man, you ain't never too grown to let somebody know where your ass at. In my opinion. Now, I don't get in grown folk business. You live how you live. You do what you want to do. But even if you do all the right things, it don't mean that you still can't fall victim to circumstances that are prevalent in this world we living in. It's real. It's real. Let's see what Lala said. And then I'm going to get into a little bit of audio. Abby Hernandez was 14 when she was kidnapped and kept in a shed for 9 months, and people didn't believe her when she escaped. See, that's the kind of... And I make a point to be objective, just like that man in the last clip. And this is what I'm getting from what Lala got. That's what it reminded me of. It's a little odd for somebody to be beating on your door or ringing your doorbell at 3 o'clock in the morning, because we live in a world, especially in the States, where it could be 3-4 cats standing around the corner out of the view of that camera shot. And you got a woman standing there beating on the door and ringing the doorbell. I'm not necessarily 100% finna open my door at 3 o'clock in the morning to beats on the door. And if I do, I'm probably gonna be answering it with that thing. And who wants to have to do that? So it's just complicated all around. It's complicated all around, man. I remember back in it was either 2013 or 2014. Man, was that in Ohio? I forget where that was, but it was a brother seen a arm sticking out of the screen door, trying to unlock it and reach and stuff. And they found them 3 girls that had been missing for damn near 20 years. Locked out in the basement. It's a lot. I see a lot of comments coming in. Let me get back over here to some of these comments. Re-victimized by the public. Yeah, that's true, Lala. And me and my friend, Miss Native Cherokee said, I was taken by a bad man at age 6, and me and my friend, we got away and ran home. Police got him. My friend survived too. We got lucky. That's a blessing. That's luck, blessing, whatever folk comfortable with calling it. But my goodness, Mr. Davis, I hate you had to live through that. That's unfortunate and something nobody should ever have to endure and or live through, but hopefully live through. Living natural for life says so many distractions these days, and extremely important not to trust anything or anyone, and always arm oneself with protection or no self-defense. I agree, and I'm thinking a combination of both. My man growing out the box said 2 totally different situations. Second video is what I talked to my son about. She goes to the club, get toasted, hooks up with an old friend. She's under the influence. Yeah, and that's touchy growing out the box, and I thought about that part of it too. But at whatever point, because again, even with that situation, we don't know. It's speculative. We don't know what happened necessarily behind the scenes to it all. And I see you, bro. We're good. But that happens too. It can lead to accusations. It can lead to a lot of this, to a lot of that. Met no friend, but that doesn't mean that he didn't attempt to potentially take things to a place where she didn't want him to go or wasn't comfortable with him going. And if he did, in fact, assault her the way he says she, but I'm glad you talked to your son about that, because you got to be careful, man. I talk to my nephew all the time. CTL said anyone found out what business she had at the police station the same day. Wonder if she took the spa that she works at business cards there. I have no clue what you're talking about. I didn't see none of that. I'm not familiar with that part. These thoughts never go away. I'm sorry about that, Miss Stacia. Anyway, we got somebody back here. I'm gonna bring my man up. Welcome in the one and only Vision Preparedness. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, family? How you doing today?
Man, doing good. Welcome back, man. How was your hiatus, brother?
It was good. I'm still tired, but yeah, it was it was on point. I'll say that.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's
Yeah.
up. So, what say you, sir? What are your thoughts on this, man? I can't wait to hear what you think about it all.
First of all, it is only by the grace of God that he made it home. I don't know the whole story, and it is what it is. I'm gonna say that, but I will say this, folks. Human trafficking is probably the second largest money-making process in this country.
Yeah.
Human trafficking is absolutely horrible. And I'm gonna say this because I've been in the bushes. I'm working and I'm trying to get this stuff done for my manager, and I'm like, hold up, wait a minute.
Come on with it, baby.
If y'all don't believe that there are evil people in the world, I don't know what world you're on.
Right.
There are people that do nothing but sit and think and scheme and try to figure out how they can take your baby.
Yeah.
Because they don't see that boy, that girl, that man, that woman as a human. They see them as meat and profit. And if y'all and you can tell me to shut up, bruh, but I'll say this.
You good. You good, man.
If y'all have not gone to see the movie The Sound of Freedom, you need to. You need to go see it. I took my son and his boys to go see it and paid for everybody. I said, because y'all need to be aware of this mess. And it ain't just, kids and girls, it's boys, young men, young women, grown men that are being abducted, stolen, snatched, and never seen again.
Yep.
And for this baby, and I'm gonna call her a baby, even though she's in her 20s, because she's younger than me, so she a baby. For this baby to come back home, to make it home.
Right.
They should be throwing a parade for this child.
Vision, hell, I don't give a damn. I'm gonna say it. You remember the whole I want, as I sit back and I reobserve and I observe and then reobserve again.
Right.
The collective growing suspicion of one another, our neighbors, our friends, and to a degree we should have that. Any reasonable and prudent person, I think, would implement those things in their daily life. But here's the thing. I remember everything happened with Jesse Smollett about 5-6 years, however long ago it was.
Exactly.
I think that stuff like that has left a stain in people's mind where anything that is too, I got to go back to what Lala said. It's almost like people anticipated the alternative outcome, and that would have been better versus this young lady coming back home in one piece. Like
Right.
it's almost like there's a collective. Hey, what's up? The Everyday Life of a No CDs chick and the Bud Files. Y'all welcome in. It's almost like there are certain segments of society that seem disappointed that it
Yep.
didn't go the other way or wasn't the worst possible scenario. Bro, that's a sickness. That
That's
is,
it.
and I'm not, and you know, Vision. First off, I don't get on the YouTube. I don't get up here and lie. I never, because you can't. It's too hard to try to remember what you said or cover stuff up. I get up here and admit that I know what I know, and I don't know what I don't know, and I'll
Yep.
tell you what I see. I'll tell you what
Same
I
here.
see, and what I see is a lot of people who, for it to still be so early in everything that's going on, it's like, how can you feel so strongly that this lady just, for whatever and we not talking about a celebrity, we talking about a regular, everyday, average human American citizen. I'm not saying that these things haven't happened before, but
Right.
what if it is legit? What if it is real?
Right.
I mean, Vision, some of the stuff that people out here saying is so strongly worded, and the assumptions are so overwhelming. It's like, what is it that you know that I don't know that make you feel like? Go ahead, brother.
No, you're right. And so society has mindset has changed that you are guilty until proven innocent instead of innocent until proven guilty.
Mm-hmm.
And we have become so desensitized to the crime, the evil, the wrongdoing that's going on in the world that first thing they think about, what did she do?
Right.
Where
Right.
was she at? How was she dressed?
That happens. That happens a
Of
lot.
course it does. Of course it does. We all know it does because we all seen it. And to accuse and convict before you know the full story, that's crazy. But people do it every day, from the bottom to the top. And you
Yeah.
got to realize though,
Right.
human trafficking is from the bottom to the top, and I mean the very top.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about all I'm gonna say on that, because
Now
you
I know
know
what you mean, bro.
I,
Yeah,
I, res-
I'm
I
tracking.
respect your channel and I respect everything that's going down. And again, you putting out these heartfelt topics that nobody wants to talk about, but everybody needs to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I thank you for that, bro. If you got time, because I know you stepped away, you came over here to support, and I appreciate that. If you got time for me to run a piece of audio, I wanna play it real quick.
Go right ahead.
Okay, now this is from a young lady who, I'm not against her. I don't agree with her with where she at. I just don't. You know what? We all gonna listen to it together. I know how I feel about it. I'll try to articulate that on the other side. But let's listen to what this is a content creator, and I really want everybody to really listen to every word that she's saying, because I don't see how you can draw these conclusions with what you simultaneously admit. But let's listen together, family. Hold on a minute.
Yep.
When it comes to people of color, and especially
Okay, hold on.
what up, TikTok? Now y'all know I usually don't have too much to say when it comes to people of color, and especially missing people of color. But this story here is taking me for a loop. Now, granted, I have not dug deep into the story like I usually do. Y'all know how I get down when it comes to TikTok. But
So that's one admission right there, and these are the people
Exactly.
who are having some of the biggest and strongest statements. But let's continue.
just skimming over and then listening to like Vito and reading stuff that's being released online, it just don't make sense to me. Like, yeah, the girl's big mama was like, oh, did y'all see the video of how ABC X, Y, and Z done snatched my baby?
It was her mother, but again, let's continue.
All of this otherness, and then supposedly there was a baby that she went out there to check on. Granted, it may have been. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be that asshole that's like, you don't know what happened, da, 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 da. But let me tell you why I feel the way I feel. This person kidnapped you. After you call 911, and then you call the family member to let them know that you basically called 911 and why you called them. And then you disappear. They leave your wig, they leave your phone, and they leave your car, right? Clearly for somebody to be able to find. Granted, you called the police. But then after 48 to 72 hours, you, the kidnapper, whomever, dropped you back off in the area where you're able to lay down in the street or either run up to the door looking shocked.
Now I gotta say something. I gotta jump in and stop right there. With the exception of anybody who's ever been abducted, the ability to sit back on the couch with assumptions, and I'm still under the pretenses that I don't know the validity of this or not. I don't know how true all of this is, but I do know that real people in real time in the real world go missing every damn day.
Yes.
I personally don't have it in me to get on social media or any other public platform and declare my solidness on what somebody in that circumstance have you ever been out of your wits? I done had shit close to me blow up so damn loud I couldn't hear myself think, and I had
That's
in
right.
ear pro.
Right.
Your
Right.
whole mind changed. Your whole you discombobulated. Whether this is true or not, this is deeper than that, man.
Yeah,
And
it
for
is.
people to reach places of absolution, like hold on, we'll talk about it on the side. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Granted, I've seen a lot of people go missing. I've seen a lot of people, a lot of stories, a lot of this, a lot of that. But this one is just ain't sitting right to me. So y'all know I gotta put on my thinking hat. What's that girl said? I put on my thinking hat. Yeah, I gotta put on my thinking hat and dissect this story because me, if I'm gonna kidnap somebody, I ain't about to sit here and drop.
I wanted to wait.
Ooh.
Hold on. How the hell you dissect something that you admitted that you skimmed over?
Right.
How do you dissect something that you admit you skimmed over? If I need surgery or if I need a procedure or anything, you know what I don't want the doctor doing? Skimming over my chart and making an assessment.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what I don't want. But
Right.
let's continue.
You back off in a location, knowing like cameras, knowing that like people will be able to see, like, bitch, where you walk from? I walk from
Ooh.
2 blocks that way. Boom. Now we surveillance in the area. You know what I'm saying? It just don't make sense to me. But before I start doing what I do, or whatever, first things first. You've been gone 48 to 72 hours. Get them people their money back and that GoFundMe. Okay? They said some people saying you weren't harmed, the other people saying that you were harmed. If you were harmed, you know, God bless, you know, hopefully you get better. But 48 hours, you don't need these people money. You know what I'm saying? Give these people their money back.
I never, and I don't know, because it could be true. I seen her parents, I saw their news conference. Her parents is praying people. Her parents said, help us look. Put the word out. I never heard one doggone thing about a request for any resources as far as money or only time if you got it to help us
Right.
look for our baby.
Right.
So that left me taken aback. But we almost through it, y'all. Just a little bit more. I'm gonna try to shut up and get through this.
You came back from doing whatever or however, you know, I hope they didn't hurt. I just don't think that I don't think that the kidnapper would kidnap you and drop you off in a close proximity to where you can walk back home, bro. Walk back home, fall out in the street, whatever the case was. Hell, even if they drove to the front of the house and pushed you out. You mean to tell me nobody in the neighborhood got cameras? It's Birmingham. Be for real. Come on, bro.
You mean to tell me that there's still in fact, that's enough, y'all. That's enough. That's enough. I gotta touch on a few things real quick. You mean to tell me in 2020, what's up, a resilient dad? TX Lala still in here. You mean to tell me that it's folk who don't think that you can, for one, if you did, okay, let me start here. So you telling me it's grown adult people with children who can't rationalize the possibility, if this is true, that someone that's willing to abduct someone, by the way that this story, this case, this situation went viral, assuming it is all true and accurate, if you have the bravery and the cojones to abduct somebody, that you don't have the cojones and the bravery to to either release that person, or that person may escape or
Right.
whatever, because the amount of heat that you want, because whoever you were going to continue the trafficking on to said, no, she too hot, I don't want. It's like somebody walking, not to compare this beautiful young woman to a pawn shop, but somebody walk in with a Rolex in my old neighborhood where I'm from, they're gonna say, I don't want that. If
Right.
anything, they call and report your ass. So the
Right.
same might be possible within the world of trafficking. She too hot, it's too much heat on her. We ain't want, let her go.
Right.
That's possible, one. For two, and if they do reach that conclusion, you mean to tell me you can't use a stolen car and stolen plates, wear a hat and a wig and shades, and yes, drop somebody off? You mean to
Right.
tell me somebody can't rationalize that? Now, this is
Right.
so disappointing, but Vision, go ahead, brother. Go
No,
ahead, man.
you absolutely right. It's a shame because what you just said. If they took her and they getting all this heat and didn't get her literally out of the country, because that's what they do and that's what they have to do in a specific amount of time, they'd be like, oh no, we this is too hot, release
Too
her.
hot, too
Yeah.
hot. Hot potato. Don't want it. Don't
Right.
want it.
That very easily could have happened. I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know the process. I don't care about the process. All I know is I am glad she is alive and back home.
Yeah,
In the
yeah,
story.
yeah. That's it, bro. That's it
Yeah.
for me. Until something comes out that changes my mind, I'm willing to stand on this square right here and say that I don't know all the details, but I'm
Right.
not in a position where I'm even remotely close to assuming the worst of what may be one of the biggest victimizations outside of perhaps chattel slavery that a human being can experience in 2023. Man, it's people coming up missing. It's people getting took. It's folks who, I'm gonna tell y'all something. One time, outside of, I've only felt this when I've gotten those phone calls and somebody gone and other traumatic experiences that I've lived through. This is in my neighborhood. This is in my neighborhood. When I
Right.
was younger, me and my little niece, she was about, damn, I'm getting old because me and April was still together. We was together back then. My little niece was about 3 years old. And we was in the corner store, and she was on this side of me, and I'm looking at stuff, phone ring, I'm kind of talking on the phone and looking at, the last time I looked down, I know y'all parents got to be able to relate. She was on,
Absolutely. I know where you're going. Go ahead.
she was on my left side, right by me, looking at candy, and all I was saying, get it. Hell, I'm Unc. You know what I'm saying? I'm Unc. So I
Right.
was like, okay, you can get it. You can get it. Phone ring,
Right.
I'm talking on the phone, looking at her, but look away for a couple of seconds. You know how when you get on your phone, you kind of start walking a little bit, this and that. I looked down, and I was like, what the heck? And I started saying her name. I ain't gonna say her name, but I was like,
Right.
where are you at? So I go to the next aisle, I don't see her. I walk all the way down that aisle, walk to the bruh, my heart starts sinking. I
Right.
start panicking. She over by the damn soda water.
Right.
Well, the cooler. She over by the cooler. And I'm like, dude, I literally just saw you. How did you get from here to the other side of the convenience store with them little legs you got?
Right.
Imagine living with that for forever because somebody that you love gone, you don't know where they at, can't talk to them, can't find them, can't that. And for all the people who out here making light of it like it's just another. I'm gonna ask you this, bro. I'm gonna ask
Yeah.
you this. What you think? I forget who said it earlier. I think societally, not only the world, But back in the States, primarily, there's so much desensitization that I'm not completely sure how I don't know how we collectively bounce back from this when you got so many people with empty souls and empty hearts that can treat this before they know what happened like it's just a episode of their favorite TV show or something. But
Correct.
please go
Correct.
ahead, my
You're like I said, this country, this world is so desensitized to stuff like this. They honestly, I don't want to say don't care, but they are insensitive, and people are so quick to judge.
Yeah.
I don't judge nobody because that is not my job nor place.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. No, that's real, bro.
Yeah.
Nikki said she lost her daughter at an air show. OMG, I lost it. I can only imagine at a big event like an air show. That's
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
oh man.
My son did that to me when he was little. I snatched him by the ear. I was like, boy, I said, if I ain't touching you, you don't move.
Mm-hmm.
If I ain't holding your hand or know where you are, you don't go nowhere out of my sight. Yes.
Absolutely.
Every parent has had that moment. But
And you know, I'm not even a parent. I'm an uncle. So I can't
Mhm.
imagine what it's like for y'all to just 1 second they there, the next second they gone.
Right.
And it's crazy. Oh, go ahead, bro.
But folks you hit it on it. People are so desensitized, and I blame it on the media. Ever since we got 24-hour news, and the news can do whatever the news wants to do, because at the end of the day, every news station across this country is owned by 6 companies, and then those 6 companies are owned by 2 companies. So their narrative, they're going to blast it across to everything. Everybody's going to say the same thing, the same time. And folks don't wake up and notice that.
Mm-hmm. We've
That's
seen
why I
that
don't
clip.
watch it. Why I don't watch it
We've
no
seen
more.
it, bro.
Yeah.
We done most people done seen that clip with all the
Mm-hmm.
and I ain't gonna say the name of that company that brought them over about 4 years ago, but yeah, every brock out, whether you in Ohio or LA or Seattle or Dallas or Chattanooga, it
Right.
don't matter.
Right.
Miami, all of them come in like literally the exact same script,
Yes.
and it's amazing. Cause we ain't gonna be here long tonight, man. It's the last one, y'all. I'm gonna play this because I'm a Texan. We got folk
Mhm.
from Texas up in here, and Lala done made some good points. I
Yep.
forget who it was earlier made some good points. I can't
Cherokee.
remember who.
Cherokee.
Yeah, Miss Native
Miss
Cherokee.
Native Cherokee. Absolutely.
Yep, Miss Native Cherokee. Growing out the box, and
Yeah.
somebody else. I can't even go up high enough. Let me see if I can find them. They made some really good point about Texas, because Texas it is location. It
Yes.
is
And
what it is.
it's the gateway.
But I'm gonna put this for anybody who listening with their kiddos. I'm gonna give y'all a heads up. I appreciate y'all being here. If you can't listen or you can't listen through your headphones, I'm gonna give you about another 10 seconds, because I don't want y'all to I don't want to kiddos hear what pick up no new words from African dreaming. But
Right.
but
Right.
I'm gonna play this, and we're gonna get some final thoughts. Even before I play this, I'm gonna go ahead and drop this link in the chat one more time. And on the other side of this, we're gonna talk about it, and we're gonna let y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Monday. And I got a few announcements too. Let's get it.
6 o'clock in the morning here in Houston, okay? And so I was out doing my lift, my morning, take people to work, getting in my bag. Hold on. So I stopped at a red light. You gotta stop at a red light. And some just told me to look over to my right. So I looked over there and I seen this lady just fighting with her purse. And there was a man in a silver car. And he was trying to get her in the car. He was trying to get her in the car. Now, y'all know how we hear all this stuff about sex trafficking and abduction in Houston, Texas. It's really, really bad the amount of times girls have been on TikTok saying that this happens. So I'm always alert of my surroundings because I don't never want that to be me. So, baby, I pulled up and I had my issue on my lap. And I said, hey, sis, you all right? She said, no, help me, help me. He trying to take me. He looked at me. He said, mind your business, bitch. And I got my big fat ass out with this issue, took the safety off, and I told him she is my business. She a woman, so she my sister. And if she ain't your girlfriend, she not your issue. I'm finna be. Baby, he saw that gun, heard that click. He got the fuck on in that car. She said, thank you so much. Thank you so much. He was trying to abduct me. The bottom line of this story, if you live in Houston, Texas, watch your surroundings. If you got a stick, you better take it with you everywhere you go because you can't trust none of these people in Houston.
I'm gonna cut it off right there, but I'm gonna say this. I've heard that from too many people I know, even before we left, for me to not believe it or take it seriously. If that make any sense to anybody. It's just too much. It's too much going on. It's too prevalent. It's too frequent. It's a lot out there. I encourage everybody to do what they got to do to defend themselves, their families, wherever you may reside on this planet, regardless of state, province, territory, parish, county, city, whatever. Y'all, it's real out here. And this ain't new. This is actually an old clip. But this some of that old this is from Texas, man. You hear about that in Dallas. You hear about that in Laredo. You hear about that down over in Eagle Pass. You hear about it all over, man. It's real out here.
Yep.
Ain't nobody gonna have you like you but you. And if you find yourself in a real big circumstance or situation, but for the people who on your team who know you, whether it be your online community or your immediate physical community, baby, start getting this through your mind. With all the folk who can just jump on the internet and say whatever the hell they want to say, everybody ain't gonna be on your team. In your trauma, at your
Right.
worst of your worst, everybody
Right.
not finna have your back. It's folk who will get out. The one thing now, you can get sued for slander. True enough, you
Yep.
might be able to send out a few stop stop and desist. What is it? Yeah, desist letters.
Yes.
Cease and desist.
Cease and dismiss.
Cease and desist. But at the end of the way, you can't keep the general public from lying on your ass. Even
No.
when you done went through hell and came back and ain't nobody seen you through it but God.
That's
It's
it.
folks out here who will still lie on your ass without knowing what's going on.
Hello.
With,
Exactly.
with that being said, my brother Vision, because ain't nobody. What's up, Odom's Homestead? How you doing, family?
What's
How
going
you
on, Odom?
doing? If don't nobody else got nothing to say, I'm on hear what my brother Vision got to say, and we're gonna close out and we're gonna go and get out of here, y'all.
You know what that lady did is I commend her for that because I would have did the same thing.
Yes.
I'd have did the same
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
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 And but you got to be careful about that, though.
And that's what I was gonna get into, Vision. You know, we had that conversation, I forget, a couple weeks back with the lady whose son actually intervened on her behalf
Right.
up in Illinois and
Yeah.
in Chicago. And he came to his mother's aid. Now, it's certain situations I'll intervene on and certain ones I won't. But if I see somebody trying to snatch a woman, man, whomever in a car, in a vehicle, a van, a Prius, a doggone Subaru, it don't matter. Now that is the kind of situation where I would interject because it might be April one day.
Right.
It might be April one day. And I'm gonna tell you this. This is a word of advice. I don't professionally give I don't provide what you call necessary like self-defense or safety training or
Right.
whatever. But I'm gonna tell you something that me and my wife, as people who have lived in different countries and all kinds of different states and all of that, baby, if it's going down right where I ass at. You will never get me or us and take us to a secondary location. It's
Got that
not
right.
gonna happen.
Right.
The fight's happening here, the struggle happening here. If this is where it ends for me, then I'm just warned that you didn't get away with, baby, because that shit
Right.
going down right here, right now. You ain't taking me nowhere. But
Nowhere.
that's just
That's
me.
right. I'm with you.
That's just me. I'm a big
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. You ain't getting me to a secondary location. It's going down right here, right now.
period.
And if you gonna unlive me, you're gonna unlive me right here and right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Period.
Yeah.
Period, bro.
Yeah.
Period. At the end of the day. And Lala said, I don't think I would have gotten out of the car unless the kid was going near the road. Oh, she may be talking about earlier. Now, if
Yeah.
she talking about this last situation, you get out with that Stinger. Now, I don't care if it's a 9 or 380, but hell,
Right.
it could be a 22.
Right.
It make folk think twice.
Yes, it
Make folk
does.
think. And it's not to be cocky or arrogant or feel
No,
like you.
it's not.
It's
It's to protect human life.
period.
Period.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all.
And
With regards, go ahead, bro. No, go ahead.
nah, with regardless of what, if he'd have turned around with a thing, it would have been on. But you're not gonna just take another human being against their will. I'm
Yeah, that's
sorry.
over with.
Yeah.
That's
And
over with.
yeah,
Especially in Texas, dog. Especially in Texas. You do still have a lot of people. Well, some people who feel more they're not as 2A friendly as I am, or accepting or understanding of that right and privilege. But
right.
a whole lot of folk do, and uh, it's rough, y'all. It's a lot. It's a lot. I'm gonna give my man a chance, bro. You took a hiatus,
Yes, I
and
did.
now you're back. Now
Yeah.
you back. Tell everybody before we get out of here about your channel, what you got coming up, if you're gonna be on Thursday, or what you got in the works, brother.
We still got a lot of stuff going on that off screen that we taking care of. My son get ready to go to school, so we still trying to get all that done. But I got a live tomorrow night at 6:30.
Okay.
Vision preparedness. We do emergency planning and preparedness for everything, from natural disasters to man-made catastrophes. And come on over and learn a 2 or 3. Have a conversation, and it's a good time. It really is. We got live tomorrow at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. I go live Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and there will not be a coffee talk this Saturday at 10 a.m.
Okay.
But I will probably do a pop-up Saturday afternoon, possibly,
Okay.
and
Sound good.
introduce y'all to something. So
Oh.
exactly.
Well, we don't want to miss. We don't want to miss that now. We
No,
don't want
you
to miss
don't want to miss. I'll say that. You don't want to miss. Keep your eyes open Saturday afternoon, early evening.
for
We
sure.
got
For
we
sure.
got something special for everybody. But for everybody in the chat, do me one favor if you have not, please smash the like button. Share this out. That's the big thing. Share this out because this again, my brother brings up topics that need to be talked about that seems like don't nobody want to talk about it unless they think they know everything about it, which they don't unless they were there. So
Right. Right.
do that for this brother, y'all. And I'd appreciate y'all.
I thank you for that, family. I thank you for
Yes.
that. And I want to say this in closing. Hey, Wellness with Frugal Mama, how you doing? Welcome in, family. We
Hey,
got a good
wellness with Frugal
what's up,
Mama. Good to
fam?
see you.
Yeah, Texas family. Look here. Um, Men, women, and children. Keep your head on the swivel.
Yes.
Pay attention to your surroundings, who around you, what's around you. Um, I completely understand the concept of not living in fear, but not living in fear and not living in attentiveness are two different things. Now, if that allows others to believe that you living in fear, then that's their observation. That's how they feel about it. I choose to believe and see that living in a certain presence of mindfulness, not only within yourself, but with regards to your surroundings, can only be a benefit. Don't let nobody talk you out of it. We, you good, bro? I'm bring you back up. Bring you up. You know, it's an increasingly ugly world out here. What happened to this young lady? I want to say, for even talking about this period, I want to say Muslim. Yeah. By the way, Miss Tracy Anderson just dropped her hashtag BCIC in the chat. Vision, will you please do the same? So if
Yeah,
anybody in here ain't connected with you, they can get over there tomorrow and Thursday and Saturday and check out what you got going on.
I will do that.
And I want to say this, family. Uh, be careful for nothing. That's one of the best life lessons an old person taught me. Uh, Actually, I'm gonna say it was my big mama. Boy, you better learn to be careful for nothing. Be
Yeah,
careful for nothing.
that's
Know
right.
what's going on around you, your space, your place, your environment. Watch your drinks. Watch who you
Yep,
ride with. Watch your everything because unfortunately, a lot of the trust and cohesion that may have existed in years prior, you got to live in where you at now. We can all long for what was and remember what was, but uh Thursday ain't gonna get you through. What happened Tuesday ain't gonna get you through Thursday, so to
that's right.
speak.
That's right.
So we gotta live for the world that we confronted with every day. For this family, Miss Carlee Russell, who has been found. She was missing. She's been found. I don't have all the details. I don't know all the ins and outs. I don't know what's true and what's not true, but I do know that she was missing and now she's home. Until I have a reason to believe or suspect or assume otherwise, I'm just going to be happy about that. And that is enough for me,
Yep.
period.
Same
And
here.
exactly, bro. And I can only hope and wish the same for anybody if this, unfortunately, God forbid, if the situation, the circumstance does befall you or your family, I can only hope that people who do speak about this on any social media platform or publicly, that they would have a certain level of discernment, consideration, and care when and while approaching subject matters like this, because these are real people going through whatever. So with that being said, family, we ain't gonna keep y'all all night. I do want to say very quickly, uh, y'all don't want to miss tomorrow. Tomorrow's Trio Tuesday now.
Uh-oh.
tomorrow, Trail Tuesday. And kind of like my man here, kind of like my man just said, I actually got we got a surprise for y'all. It's gonna be a little different. It's gonna be a little something special. So
Uh-oh.
y'all, please make sure y'all don't miss Trail Tuesday tomorrow. And y'all stay blessed, stay safe, uh keep yourself. If you're a praying person,
Yes.
um just know it is in fact a blessing, in my opinion, every time you step out your door and walk back in it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Amen.
with that being, amen. With that being said, y'all, until the next time y'all see me and I see y'all, we're gonna be over here being country in another country.